Hello everybody, Neil here from the Four Corners and welcome to a Ninjago 2021 Thoughts and Opinions video. In today's video we'll be talking about how the Overlord Dragon and the Jungle Dragon, which are sets that are supposed to release next year, are changing the aesthetic of Ninjago dragons completely. What I mean by this is, in Ninjago dragons, when a change happens, they usually use that change for the next few years. Back then there were molded heads, so they used molded heads for a few years, and then they used brick built heads, and that kind of carried on for a really long time. And then they started using vinyl and cloth wings, and that's still continuing, and it's probably going to continue for longer than that. But the next big change in Ninjago dragons could be on the heads again. They were molded, they were brick built, and now they're brick built and molded. If you pay attention to the heads of the Overlord Dragon and the Jungle Dragon, while these images aren't really crystal clear, we can tell that they're somewhat molded. And as far as I can make out, I think those are the same mold, but I'm not too sure. They could be brick built, they could be molded, but let's assume that these are molded and they're also the same mold. What does this mean for Ninjago dragons of the future? Well, that answer would be quite simple. From now on, Ninjago dragons would have a semi-brick built and semi-molded heads, and there would also be a guaranteed print all the time. This could be good or bad depending on where you're standing from, though I think this change isn't that necessary. Right now, I think LEGO has already reached their true potential with dragon heads. They have the printed eyes, which give the dragon some life, because if the eyes are brick built, then it looks like a robot. But then the rest of the head is brick built, which is a lot more closer to LEGO's roots. And this works perfectly. This is probably the best format that LEGO's come up with. I don't believe that that needs to be changed into a semi-molded and semi-brick built. And I really hope that this is just a one-time thing, and then in the future they'll just go back to the older style. Change is a good thing so that the dragons don't get repetitive, because Ninjago does produce dragons almost every season, and if something doesn't change, we're going to start seeing the same thing over and over. So I guess in that aspect this change is a good thing, but still I really love the old format, and I wish there was a way to keep that and also bring a pretty neat change to dragons. Tell me in the comment section below if you do think these are molded heads, because we're not too sure yet. These are all way too blurry. And also tell me in the comments if you think those are the same mold. And also mention if you'd like LEGO to continue this, or if you'd like to go back to the older format. Personally, I'm not going to give you any opinions until we see the actual thing. So far, everything looks really cool, and it looks a lot more animated. It looks like the dragon has a lot more life. So right now, I'm pretty positive on this change, but that might change. That might not change. It all depends on when these sets actually get officially revealed. This video did end up being a little bit short, but I think the point was something that we really needed to address, because it's a really significant and slightly drastic change to dragons as we know it. Ninjago dragons have never really been bad. They've been good, they've been great, and they've been fantastic, but they've never hit a real low. And the designers over the years have gotten a lot of experience building these dragons with cool building tricks, and it clearly shows what they've learned out of all these years. But I think it is time for a change, and it's time for the designers to basically reset their mind and rethink how dragons are made, so that we can get fresh dragons for the entirety of Ninjago's history. Thank you for watching this quick video talking about this minor change in dragons, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.